Hi, my name is Yunus and welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to do a comparison of Onyx Boox Nova Air with Kobo Sage. If you're in the market looking for a new e-reader device, then this video might help you. Let's start off with the price of these devices. These prices are taken at the time of making this video and may have changed. Kobo Sage sells at $259 or 400 Singapore dollar and Boox for $349 or 515 Singapore dollar. So at the outset, Boox becomes costlier and already has entered the price territory of a new Samsung Galaxy A8, which sells at $229 or 448 Singapore dollars, which are similar storage specs, but the screen size is bigger and more advanced with faster processing capabilities. However, there is no S Pen support for note taking. Sage does not include anything else in the box apart from the device, but Nova Air includes a stylus and most sellers provide sleeve cover free of charge. With Sage, you need to pay for stylus separately and buy one of the two types of cover, which is either sleep cover or power cover. Boox also sells a smart cover that provides physical buttons in addition to screen protection. Even if you add extra purchases, Nova Air is still costlier than Sage. This price may not be acceptable to most people, but it is what it is. So for price comparison, Sage scores over Nova Air. Sage has 8-inch flush screen and Nova Air has 7.8-inch flush screen. They are both 300 ppi, but the resolution of Sage is slightly better than Nova Air. Sage has HD 1200 Carta and Nova Air has HD Carta. So the text is crisper on Sage, but Nova Air has more brightness. Nova Air also comes with an anti-glare screen protector. The screen preference will vary from person to person. Sage also has a dark mode and automatic screen orientation, which is missing in Nova Air. After using both the devices, I believe Sage has a better screen than Nova Air and scores over it in this comparison. Nova Air is 6.3mm thick and Sage is 7.6mm. The weight of Nova Air is 235 gram and Sage 240.8 gram. Both have USB-C, but Nova Air has a microphone and two speakers at the bottom. Copper pogo pins in Sage are used for smart cover and charging, and in Nova Air it is only for the smart cover. So for the build comparison, both score a point. Both Nova Air and Sage support 2.4 GHz and 5 GHz Wi-Fi channels. Nova Air additionally has VPN support coming from its Android 10 OS. This could be helpful to people who cannot get a Kobo Plus subscription due to country limitations, and the same goes with Kindle Unlimited subscription, which also has country limitations. You get 22 GB usable of 32 GB in Nova Air and roughly 28 GB in Sage, so you can store more books in Sage as opposed to Nova Air. The screen refresh is smooth in Sage, but you can control that in Nova. We will see those controls later in the video. The Kobo Reader app has got audiobook section, but the OS in Sage does not show that option for some reason. Boox has its own ebook store as well, but the collection is very poor in comparison with the Kobo store, which features a rich collection of ebooks constantly updated as close to the Kindle store. However, that is not a problem for Nova Air, as you can install apps like Libby and Overdrive, and using your library card you can borrow books from the network of libraries that supports Libby and Overdrive. Also, since it has Google Play Store, you can install about any app including Kindle app. All of your Kindle books can be accessed from the app, and it supports most of the features that are available on Kindle devices. You can use the dictionary function, highlight words or sentences, add a note to any section of the book, and then access it and eventually export it in the desired format to the local storage. On top of that, you can annotate using the stylus, which you cannot do on Kindle devices. Sage, on the other hand, supports only Pocket if you want to read something outside of Kobo's store. Both the devices have this reading statistics feature in case you care about the analytics of your reading spree. Boox has a very good feature called Boox Drop, through which sharing books between the devices is very convenient. They offer solutions for LAN and over the internet and come in very handy. Sage, on the other hand, only has Dropbox support, which is sufficient as well. Boox has an edge over Sage with the e-ink center, through which you can adjust the screen refresh rate by changing to different modes based on what you're reading. For most reading, normal mode is sufficient, but you can also use other modes for reading PDF and image-heavy books, including web browsing. In terms of OS and software features, Nova Air gets a point over Sage. Both Sage and Nova Air have the perfect screen sizes for manga reading. The performance and screen refresh is very smooth and non-laggy on both devices. Although Boox offers shade control to make the images look more appealing, which you can do it from the ink center. Both of them do not offer control over the font, so you may have to pinch and zoom to read smaller texts. Nova Air goes beyond by allowing you to install apps that offer free manga books, which unfortunately is not possible with Sage. At most, you can sideload the manga books and read in them. In this example, an app called Webtoon allows you to read a variety of manga books on various categories, and you can even choose the style. You may notice ghosting, but that can be adjusted by changing to one of the desired refresh modes, which I showed in the earlier section. Overall, if you are a manga reader, then you will love the options that you have in hand, and the octa-core processor of Nova Air will not let you down. For this comparison, both Sage and Nova Air will get a point. Both Sage and Nova Air have a vacuum stylus and are good and convenient to hold. Boox's stylus has an internal battery and gets charged via the device, but has no notification of charging. Kobo stylus has an external 4A battery and does not attach magnetically to the device. Writing experience on Nova Air is more paper-like as it has a screen guard. Both devices offer various types of pen and brush, but Nova Air has a color option which you can see once the note is exported to read on a computer. Both stylus are not compatible with each other, meaning you cannot use Boox's stylus on Sage and vice versa, which is a bit surprising to me as they are both vacuum type stylus. Kobo stylus has buttons for highlighting and erasing, which is convenient shortcuts. On the other hand, Boox's stylus does not have any button at all, so you need to rely on the UI for your highlighting and erasing needs. Nova Air has an inbuilt microphone that allows you to insert audio in your notes, which is a pretty cool feature. Once recorded, it can be used in multiple notes and not just on the note where it was initially recorded. Nova Air has two options to recognize the notes to convert them to text. Both the options do the same thing with a very subtle difference. Sage also has the same feature where it can identify the notes and convert them to text. Nova Air can bring up the virtual keyboard for typing if you choose to insert a text block, something Sage does not provide. Both the devices allow you to do freehand drawing of shapes that you can include in your notes. In Nova Air, you can start drawing, but in Sage, you need to choose a specific option related to drawing, and then it sorts of captures it and inserts it in your note. Sage allows you to export the notes locally or to Dropbox. The supported options are Word, text, and HTML, and sadly, no PDF. Nova Air, on the other hand, lets you choose what you want to export, and it has a PDF option that you can export locally, and then from there you can share it with more than one option. So it is very convenient that way. For this comparison, Nova Air takes the point. Both the devices support Bluetooth for audiobooks, but Nova Air supports OTG as well. This allows you to use headphones with the receiver and pair them with your Nova Air device. Notice that it gives a polite warning, but this is better than Bluetooth-induced battery drain. And now you have more options to listen, which is cool. Sage, on the other hand, does not support OTG and it never pairs with the device, sadly. For audiobooks, Nova Air takes the point. So we have reached the end of the video, and here are my final thoughts on both these devices. If budget is a constraint and if you're not willing to shell more, than get Kobo Sage. It has a better screen and it's a pleasure to read all kind of books except PDF. Light PDF books are still fine though. Battery life is a problem, but you can do away with that using a power bank or power cover. You can customize it further by nickel menu, and I have a video for that in case you want to check that out. But if you don't mind spending money close to or maybe even more than Samsung Galaxy Tab A8, then get Nova Air. This is a neutral device, and depending on whether you are coming from Kindle World, Kobo World, or if you have a subscription like ScriptD, then it can take all and you don't have to worry about your existing Boox investment. It has better side-loading features, so you can bring in all of your contents as long as it fits in the storage. Note-taking is better than Sage, but most e-readers don't care too much of this feature. So it all depends on what you think of note-taking as a feature on e-readers. As such, the best note-takers are tablet devices. Battery life is marginally better than Sage. And that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, take care and goodbye.